Very good evening, friends. We'll start with today's session, Materia Medica. And we were discussing regarding the remedies of third year syllabus. The last remedy we have finished with the camphora. Today we're going to learn one more remedy, generally not so much used in day-to-day practice, but occasionally it has its own significance because it has very typical features of mind, that is the cannabis indica. It is nothing but the hashish or Indian hemp. It is the common name of the remedy. In Marathi, we call it as a bhang, which is generally, it is a drug remedy. People used to take this on the certain occasions, specifically in color festivals. There are many people who used to consume the Indian hemp and they suffer from the cannabis proving. I will share one case. It was interesting case in 2000. A 30 years fellow, a druggist, stoop-shouldered, drowsy in a little bit drowsy, was brought to me by their parents. He was in a drowsy state. When I asked, "What's your name?" he was not able to answer properly. And he said, "Who I am?" That was interesting. His father told me, "Sir, this is the problem. He is always having the habit of taking the drugs. And whenever he is in that state, he never knows who he is. That is his basic problem. Since long time, last 6 months to 8 months, he is having very severe backache. You see how his posture is. And that has happened because he was taking the drugs, eats and sits in one place in bending forward position. And whenever we used to talk to him, he answers funnily. He never knows what he is talking. All of a sudden, he used to shriek. All of a sudden, he used to laugh immoderately. So I asked him his name. He said, "No, I don't know who I am." I asked just, "You don't know your name?" And he started laughing. That's so wonderful. That is something which you have to catch. That is very important. It is, looks abnormal. You can understand it is not a childish behavior. Childish is little different. This is something. Then I asked why he is here. He was not able to answer. He looked towards his parents only and he was again in the same mood. His parents told that whenever he is out of that drug action, he always have the pain in both shoulders, whole spine, and see he cannot stand erect. That is his problem. See his legs, sir. His ankles are swollen, his knees are swollen, and he cannot even bringing towards your clinic. We have to stop at least three times in the on the road. He gets exhausted. Little bit walking make him exhausted, and this condition has been there since last 6 7 months. Sometimes there is good appetite. Sometimes he never eats. We cannot say anything specific about him. There are variations, always variations. He's capricious. He cannot tell what he wants properly, what he likes properly. He is not able to answer the questions properly. And this is the condition. So I asked him to lie down on bed. His parents have made him to stand and then they kept him on bed. And then he said, Doctor, I'm getting mad. I I don't think I'm normal. This is the tone with which he is talking. And all of a sudden, after making that sentence, he laughed again. I am mad. This is the behavior during his examination. Then I asked all those details, but he never answered properly. Only one thing he has answered properly. How is your sleep? And he said, I feel too much sleepy day and night. I want to sleep. But I could not get proper sleep. I get dreams. What dreams do you get? He said, I know what will going to happen. I know each and everything. His talk was like that. I know each and everything. What will going to happen now? And his parents told, Doctor, this is right. Whatever he is saying, that he got such and such dream, and this happens within next 7 to 8 days. Many times he has made that, said that. One more feature he has told. When I asked anything else about dreams, he said, Doctor, I used to see the dead bodies in my sleep. That was another interesting thing. So he was in such a condition, whether to believe or not to believe. That is the question in such types of cases. So that was the thing. Then I used to ask him many things. Then I have checked. And when I checked, his pulse was very slow. It was just 49 to 48 to 49 beats per minute. Second important thing, when I was asking him, then he used to tell me his theories. Doctor, what has happened in my life? I was not like that. But this drug has made me problematic. I know what I should do. He used to tell behind everything his theory, but he again goes into that stupor state, little bit stuporous, but that was because of the effect of that drugs consumed over there. And one more thing, whenever I used to ask the question, he used to start the sentence and then he forgets. I used I have to repeat the question for that. And then he said, yes, what I was telling. This is the way, what I was telling. This is the way he was communicating. So it was interesting. The first thing important in the case that he will require the drug remedy, but which? That was interesting. Theorizing, if you see this rubric, many drug remedies are there. Sudden laughing immoderately or causeless, that is another rubric which is interesting. Then third important thing, that if you ask his own identity, he is not able to answer, cannot realize who he is, what is his identity. That was 13. Then I have done repertoire. I opened the repertoire. I saw two important things. Dreams, because he has explained the dreams. Let us see the dreams. So I opened dreams prophetic. Prophetic, what will happen in future, that is prophetic. And dreams of dead bodies. Under many rubrics, I used to get the one remedy, that is cannabis indica. So I was little bit worried whether cannabis sativa covers the back symptoms. Then I opened the book, because cannabis sativa, whatever I have read from Allen's book, but what we recollect is the mental symptoms more commonly. There was one characteristic symptoms of headache, but no one have up till now explained that headache. But this state was interesting. So I opened the Borix Remedica. I saw, yes, there are many features related with the back and extremities which are there over there. And then I decided to start him directly Cannabis Indica. I have given him Cannabis Indica in 1M potency because I wanted result both at the mental level as well as his rheumatic level. And I have given Cannabis Indica 1M to 3 days continuously, followed by placebo. And asked parents to bring him after 15 days. But what happened after 10 days, they met me. Doctor, we want to show our patient to you. That actually they called me. We want to meet to you, and we want to show him to you. So I said, what is the problem? No, there is no problem, but we want to meet you. I said, yes, bring him at 4 o'clock. And they brought this fellow. And who was absolutely changed. Absolutely changed means he was in a good dress, in a proper condition. In fact, it was very difficult for me to recognize that this same fellow I have seen 10 days back. And then parents told the history. The doctor slept after giving your doses. He slept nearly about 12 hours. We are worried about, but first time he slept so peacefully, so we didn't disturb. And then next day morning, when he came out of sleep, he was good, fresh condition. He first time asked, I want to take breakfast. His mother was very happy after after many days he has asked regarding it. She was very happy. So she prepared the poha and all those things, and he ate 2 dishes of poha and a tea. And then he said, I want to work. He left his work nearly about 1 years, 1 or 2 years he left the work, but he said, I want to work. Then we talked with him. He discussed the things. He was very happy. Then he went for bathing, made himself a shave. Everything within a night, everything has changed. It was interesting for us, and he never thought of taking the drugs thereafter. And he was thinking, what I can do, what work now I can do, because he left the job at that time. So we discussed that we'll start some business. You don't worry, we'll discuss. And he's there in front of you, and he is in that anxiety that what to do. But we said that we'll meet doctor and then we'll decide. See, this is the change which cannabis indica has. This is the action of cannabis indica. If your remedy is right, it works at the center, and it works so nicely. So this has made a tremendous change in him, and absolutely good. His backache disappeared, everything, because he started eating properly, behaving properly, and that's the cannabis indica. It's a very short remedy given by Allen, but it's a remedy well proved. These have been proved by some American group of peoples, and it was the proving was very nice. The action of cannabis indica and cannabis sativa both having 1 to 10 days action, little bit short acting remedy. You can repeat, and you can repeat in different potencies depending upon the uh, reason for what purpose you are giving. So cannabis indica, open your book, Allen's keynotes, Indian hemp, Articaceae. Very forgetful, forgets his last words and ideas. See, this is very important. He starts the sentences, but forgets what he was to talk, and all of a sudden it stops. He begins a sentence, forgets what he intends to speak. Inability to recall any thought, or even on account of other thoughts crowding in brain. And this is the problem when the mental condition is disturbed. or patient who is having a paranoid states, a psychological depression, disturbed state. Such crowding of thoughts makes the person confused. Anacardium is the best example of it. Anacardium, you get that confusion very nicely. One more remedy he has mentioned over there is Laccan. Both remedies, but more common, more stronger in anacardium. And this is one more remedy where the person forgets the talking the rest of the sentence. Half of the sentence is right and then forgets what else. And he goes into the directly into the confusion. Constantly theorizing. That is very, very important. Coca, cannabis indica, sulfur, these are constantly theorizing remedies, very important remedy. Laughs immoderately at every trifling word spoken to him. This I have seen when I was in hostel. There was color festival, and some students in the hostel they consumed this Indian hemp, and whole night was funny. Everyone was behaving in a different manner. There was one student, whatever you used to talk to him, he used to laugh and laugh. Whole night he was laughing. One fellow who was making same sentence again and again. Whatever you talk, he was used to talk same sentence, same dialogue again and again. This is the characteristic. This is proving, in fact, this is same thing happens in cannabis indica. Full of fun and mischief, then perhaps moaning and crying, alternating states. Sometimes very happy, sometimes all of a sudden crying, moaning. These are things which you can observe over there, very characteristic about the cannabis indica. Great apprehension of approaching the death. There is marked fear in their mind. They are leading towards the death. That fellow have told me, doctor, I'm getting a dream that I'm dying. That was another thing. Actually, that was the reason that the parents brought him to me, because he was in when his dreams used to found to be a clairvoyant or prophetic, and that's why they brought him to me. Delirium tremens. Delirium tremens is a condition generally after the alcoholism, when withdrawals happens, these persons becomes so mischievous, so violent that they runs here and there, tear the things, or even becomes violent, throws the thing. That is the delirium tremens condition. And this is not only with alcohol, with any drug addiction, addicted people who don't get that, then they withdrawal causes these. Excessive loquacity. That is another characteristic which you can catch. They goes on talking, they don't know what they are talking. This is very important. But this loquacity of cannabis indica is because of drug action. Exaggeration of time and distance. If you ask what is the time, they will do. God knows. I don't know. This is very difficult. They never knows who. In fact, they never knows where they are. They goes into such a state. They are the persons of different world. That is typical of the cannabis indica. The time seems too long, like argentum nitric. A few seconds seems ages. Because they are not doing any activity, only the mind is running, and that is there are crowding of the thoughts. So that is the problem. The empty mind, and not empty, but it is crowded with thoughts, but without doing any work, the things happen that people always feel that time passes too slowly. Distance seems immense. That is very important. Distance seems immense. It feels long. A few rods seems miles. And this is the disorientation, which you can call disorientation regarding the time, regarding the timings, regarding the distances. Sensation as if calvarium was opening and shutting, like semicipyoga, actia racimosa. It is actia racimosa. That is semicipyoga. But this only one patient who told me this symptom, And that was very typical of Simisifuga, where I got that, and that fellow had a severe neck pain, cervical spasm, then trapezial myofasciitis, and headache, where I saw that sensation of swelling in the perineum near the anus, as if sitting on a ball, with great quantities of ropey mucus in the urine, like cinchona, in cinchona. But this is the sensation, this is the feeling, this is as if a ball is there, the swelling is there at the near the perineum, near the anus. That typical sensation, it is uh, feeling in cannabis indica. So you get many delusions, many hallucinations, many changeable mental states, disorientation of time and place, distances. This is what is the cannabis feeling is there, or cannabis presentation is there. Here he mentions relationship, compare the belladonna, hyoscyamus, stramonium, all acute remedies again, having very similar presentations many times. Action is short 1 to 10 days, both in cannabis indica and cannabis sativa. The details about remedy relationship have been not mentioned properly in any book, but at least you can get some futures in the Shankaran sir's book, Dr. P. Shankaran sir's book, Elements of Homeopathy, the second volume, where remedy relationship is extendedly given over there, and that you can follow. You can get many futures related with the relationship of the remedy. So this remedy, my suggestion for all of you, to go with the Boric Smut remedy. A big, good presentation Boric has mentioned over there, that will give you another perspective looking towards the same remedy, and will make the things clear in your mind. So that's all regarding this remedy, the cannabis indica. Tomorrow we'll learn the sister of it, cannabis sativa. So both remedies we have to understand, their aspects we have to understand, so that we can get, that is more strong, that is more deeper than the cannabis indica, having a psychotic gonorrhea. So we're going to learn cannabis sativa in tomorrow's session. So any query, question? So that's all for today. Good night to everyone, and we'll meet again tomorrow with the next remedy from the syllabus, cannabis sativa.